Welcome to the Third One channel, where today we're talking about 7 underrated TV shows. These are shows that I've watched that I find really underrated, not talked about enough, and they're actually all on Netflix, at least regionally. I think 4 or 5 of them are actually Netflix originals, so if you're looking for something to watch, this video might help you out in that department. But without further ado, let's get into the list. And at number 7, we have Bates Motel. Quick clarification, so number 7 will be like least underrated of them all, so it'll be a little bit more popular and more heard of. So you've probably heard of Bates Motel. It's what can I say about this show? It's a prequel to Psycho, so if you know the movie, you'll kind of be familiar with the concept of it. But the way I would describe the show is just beautiful. Visually, the characters, the psychological drama element of it, and the story. It takes its time. It really just tells this beautiful story. I don't want to say anything else, but just the relationship between the characters, the whole mood of the show, it's a piece of art. And I really recommend this if you want to see a really quality made show. Yeah, that's Bates Motel. Moving on, number 6, we got The 100, which is a show about a post-apocalyptic world. We get to see a group of 100 teenagers kind of um, re-civilize Earth, which is just really interesting in the whole governance of how teenagers would do that, and just seeing what happens when a group of 100 teenagers are let free into a brand new world, which has not been basically rediscovering Earth. And I think it's from seasons 1 to 7, just seeing this story of these 100 teenagers is fascinating, and it's a show for all ages as well. There are parents involved, so I don't know. I think the show it just covers all bases. It's got drama, it's got action, it's got family, it's got adventure, it's got sci-fi. It's just fantastic show. I think it should be compared with shows like The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. Like, this show is quite popular, but I think it should be even more popular. It's just the story is phenomenal, and the characters you'll fall in love with. Won't say anything else because I don't want to spoil too much. Moving on, number 5, we got The Society, which is a bit of an oddball pick on this list because it's only one season and then it got canceled. But the idea of the show is what would happen if kids would govern themselves. They would create their. Well, how would these teenagers create their own society? Which is, I guess, a similar concept to the 100, but a bit of a more contemporary, realistic take, I guess you could say, like not sci-fi. But it's you never can really guess what will happen next. It's super surprising. That's one of the best parts about this show. You won't be able to guess what's happening next, and just seeing just the shocking decisions the kids makes it a great show. I don't want to say too much more. It's just one season, so I shouldn't be talking too much about what happens. So, yeah, if you want to short watch, The Society might be for you. Next up, we got Superstore, which is actually quite easy to explain. Uh, if you like The Office, the US version, then you'll like Superstore. It's a new environment. We got a new set of characters, but the kind of general idea of how the show functions is the same. And I put it on this list because I think it's for those who like The Office. This is a show that I've never really heard anyone talk about. It's still going on now, so it might be something that you would enjoy. And I am actually watching it right now, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. So obviously, it's not as good as The Office, but it's pretty close. Yeah, moving on. Number 3, we got American Vandal. So American Vandal takes the murder mystery genre kind of deal and pushes the boundary and puts it in a school, and it's fantastic. At first it comes off as a joke, but then you just get fully involved and you get more and more information, and it crunches your brain, and it's done in a way where it's very realistic feeling, and really does feel like you're part of the school because you're kind of the cameraman in a way. It's really, really, really well done, high quality. Can't believe this show didn't take off on social media like I think it should have. But yeah, I recommend this show 100%. Really great. Next up, we got number 2 and Love, and this show and the next show are really incredibly underrated. They're both Netflix originals, and I think that they're really great shows that no one talks about. But starting off with Love, which is I don't want to say too much, but it's basically a show about it's a story about two people who are unlikely to be involved with each other, but they cross paths in a weird way, and we kind of learn about their lives. We kind of walk in their day to day for about 3 or 4 seasons, and it's just really refreshing to just sit back and be a part of someone else's life in a kind of realistic way. In It takes place in I think it's Los Angeles, and if you kind of like the West Side America and that's kind of area, I think you would enjoy this show. I don't want to say too much because I think it'll take away from it, but it's really underrated. I recommend it. If you don't like it, come back here and complain. We'll have a talk. Moving on, number one, super underrated. One of my favorite shows of all time. It's Scream, which takes the movie slasher genre and turns it into a TV series, which was a genius idea. One of the best parts about the show is the casting as well. You will fall in love with these characters. You have, um, all the aspects like of teen drama, which you'll get in, you know, I don't know, Gossip Girl, The 100, um, what's another show, Riverdale, but you add the slasher genre in and you add some very likable characters to just fully action-packed seasons, and I just love the mystery element and not really knowing who done it and whatever. If you like slashers, you'll absolutely love this. One of my favorite shows of all time. It's just really well done. But that's my list of 7 underrated shows. One thing I think all these shows have in common is kind of pushing the boundary. I really do think that each of these shows push the boundary in their own way. Yeah, I really do think more people should talk about them. Let me know if you have any other underrated shows which you want to add in the comments. Let me know if you think any of these shows aren't underrated. Let me know if you think they're bad. If you want to see me talk about these shows more, let me know as well. Basically, let me know any of your thoughts. But this has been the Third Wind channel. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more videos like this coming in the future. Oh god. Okay. See you guys later.